Good morning, my dear student. I am Victor Sam, Department of Chemistry, Bethlehem Higher Secondary School, Karangal. How are you? All are fine? Okay. In our higher secondary class chemistry subject, we have two volumes. How much volumes? Two volumes for the 11th standard. First volume we have the 7 lesson, and the second volume we have 8 lesson. First volume how much lesson? 7 lesson. Second volume we have 8 lesson, and having systematic analysis of simple salt for the practicals. One practical, and for the mark 70 mark for the theory and 30 mark for the practical, including your records and for the attendance, everything. The 7 lesson we have the first volume. Number 1 for the first unit 1, the basic concept of chemistry and chemical calculation, quantum mechanism, model of atom. Unit 2 and Unit 3, periodic classifications of element. Unit 4, hydrogen. Unit 5, alkali and alkaline earth metal. Unit 6, gaseous state. Unit 7, thermodynamics. So we have 7 lessons in the first volume. About the, just today we are discussing only just one for the introduction. What are the content, what are the topic in the first volume in each lesson. Number one, basic concept and chemical calculation. In the 10th grade, you may be learn about that atoms, molecules, compounds, atomic mass, molecular mass, mole concept, Avogadro number, gram equivalent mass. These are all you learn in 9th standard, 10th standard. So almost you have get some more idea. Here we are learning really a little more brief for the structure of atom, molecules, etc. for the first lesson. And the second lesson, quantum mechanics. Quantum mechanics, it is a new topic. Now this year and last year only enter in our higher classes. Already we learned something about the Bohr atom model, and also we learn about the de Broglie concept. There's a small idea we learn. Here we are learning about the brief and also Davison and Germer experiment. A small definition and small derivation for the Schrodinger wave equation, and about the quantum number. Quantum number also we learned the small classes. Here having some types of quantum number, principal quantum number, azimuthal quantum number, mantic quantum number, spin quantum number, etc. We are learning. Then about the shape of the atomic orbitals. That also we learn in the small classes. Shapes of atomic orbital, s orbital, p orbital, d orbital, and f orbitals. Atomic orbitals, everything we learn. That is included in the lesson number 2 in quantum mechanism. Next about the periodic classifications of element. That also we learn in the small classes, periodic classification. Here also what are the classifications of element, S block element, P block element, D block element, and F block element. That's also we learn the classifications of element. Also we learn about the Mendeleev classification, modern periodic classification. These are all you learn thoroughly in the 9th and 10th grade. Especially for the 10th grade, you learn thoroughly for the Mendeleev periodic classification, modern periodic classification. And also here having the electronic configuration along the period and group. That also you may be learned in the small classes. Here we are learning somewhat brief explanation for the electronic configuration. Next, our 4th lesson is hydrogen. Hydrogen, especially for the hydrogen, the position in the periodic table. hydrogen position in the periodic table, and isotope of hydrogen, preparation of hydrogen, properties, what are the properties, physical properties, chemical properties, types of reactions, everything about the hydrogen, and also having the preparation of hydrogen peroxide, physical properties, chemical properties, uses, then hydride, metallic hydride, hydrogen bonding. These are all included in this lesson. Our next lesson is alkali and alkaline earth metal. Here about what are the general characteristics, of alkaline and alkaline earth metal, chemical properties, alkaline earth metal compounds of calcium, and uses, applications, physical properties, chemical properties, everything we are learning. This is very easy lesson, particularly very easy lessons. Next about the gaseous state. Next lesson is the gaseous state. Gaseous state having the gas law, Boyle's law, Charles law, and the ideal gas equation, Dalton equation, Gregham's law, and Van der Waals equation, derivation of critical constant for Van der Waals equation. These are all included. This also you may be learned in the small classes. It's a very easy lessons, and also about the thermodynamics. The very simple easy lessons in the thermodynamics about the system and the surrounding. What are the properties of thermodynamic process, state function, path function, zeroth law, first law, enthalpy, entropy, bomb calorimeter, Hess's law. These are all included in this lesson. This is also very easy lessons for the included in the first volume. Next about the second volume. Already I told you about that. The second volume. Second volume is we have 8 lessons. The second volume. The 8th lesson number 1 for the physical and chemical property, chemical equilibrium. We maybe learn about the reversible reaction, irreversible reaction, etc. These are the types of reactions. Everything we learn the small classes for about the physical equilibrium, homogeneous reaction. That means the reactants are in the same phase, heterogeneous, different phases, etc. We are learning the equilibrium reactions, and also principle. What are the principle? Here having some preparations. For example, the synthesis of ammonia. How the synthesis of ammonia means the reaction between nitrogen and hydrogen. And about the very important point is the Lee-Chatler principle. Having some effect of temperature, effect of pressure, and what are the catalysts we are applying, how much yield we get for the reaction, and also having Van de Graaff equation. These are all included in that second volume, physical and chemical equilibrium. Next lesson is about the solution. That also you learn in the 10th standard very well thoroughly. About the solution, everyone know about the solution. Solution means having solute, solvent, etc. We learn in the 10th grade. Here we are learning, and also we may learn about the types of solution, solubility, Henry law, ideal and non-ideal equation, and a very good term is applicable in here. That is a colligative property. That depends upon the number of moles, colligative properties, and osmosis pressure. So all we learn in the 10th grade, and also here it is included in the 11th grade solution. And next about the chemical bonding. What are the chemical bonding? Chemical bonding, that is one atom to another atom having some bonds. Here we are applying a Lewis concept. How the electrons are arranged, how the sharing between the two elements and formation of bond, Lewis structure. Here having bond order. Bond order, that's a very good term. It is included in the bond order. That is the number of bonding and number of anti-bonding regarding for that reactions, and about that bond angle having some distance, how we can be measure the bond angle between the two atoms, and the bond enthalpy having some energies, and also the very good term is called VSEPR, that is valence electron pair repulsion, and also VB theory, the valence bond theory. and also hybridization. Hybridization, the intermixing of an orbital, and also the molecular orbital theory also included this lesson. So very very important, the molecular orbitals, how the, and having some this topic also explained about the shape of the atom and molecule, and also having some deviation in this lesson that is explained by the molecular orbital theory. And the next one is called the fundamental of organic chemistry. That also may be learned in the 10th class. Fundamental. What are the fundamentals here? Having the organic classifications of organic compounds and its nomenclature. Here the compound, how they are classification, how they are classified. That is a open chain compound or the closed chain compound. And the nomenclature, how can we tell about that name for such a compound? Having some IUPAC rule, and how we can be tell that compound name. They have two names. One is a common name and another one is an IUPAC name. As per the rule, how can we tell about that name? Next, about that aromatic and aliphatic compound. Which are the compounds are aromatic and which are the compounds are aliphatic. Next, about the isomerism, chromatography, distillation, sublimation, crystallization, etc. Everything. These are all in that fundamentals in organic compounds. The next lesson is basic concept of organic compound. They have some reaction mechanism. What is the reaction mechanism? Means nucleophile, electrophile, hyperconjugation, types of organic synthesis, having some addition reaction, elimination reaction, and also oxidation and reduction reaction. Functional group, very very important. This term is functional group. What is the meaning of the functional group? That compound having some group. This should be express the compound in name and their character, and also having the functional group. Interconvention, the compound having one of the conversion, one compound to other compound by the conversion, having explained by this lesson. Next, about the hydrocarbons. Hydrocarbons means all of you know about the carbon and hydrogen having means that is we are saying about the hydrocarbon. Here having alkanes, alkenes, alkyne. You also learn in the 10th grade alkanes. What is the general formula for alkanes? Can you see what is the general formula for alkane? CnH2n plus 2. Okay, like that. Alkene, alkane, having some formulas already you maybe learned thoroughly. Here also we are once again we are learning about the alkanes, alkenes, alkynes. They have physical properties, chemical properties, uses, especially for some reactions between some compounds, very important such reactions, and also having alkenes, alkynes, having some preparation, how we are preparing alkenes, alkynes, and the physical properties. What are the physical properties in alkenes? What are the physical properties in alkynes? What are the chemical properties and uses, etc. Everything having aromaticity and also the structure of compound. For example, benzene. What is the structure of benzene? Like that we are learning. Next, about that very important directing group. It's ortho-directing the functional group, and having one of the substituent present in such an organic compound. Whether it is occupied maybe in ortho positions or in meta position or in para position, that we are studying in ortho or meta or para directing group. Next one, haloalkanes and haloarenes. This also we are learning about the nomenclature, methods of preparation, physical properties and chemical properties. Here having one mechanism, how the reactions is going, how the reaction is carried out by explained by the mechanism. The mechanism also very important. And also having organometallic compounds. Organometallic compounds, a very important question, very easy question also. This is we are explained by Grignard reagent, organometallic compound, Grignard reagent. Next, preparation of some compounds, physical properties, chemical properties, uses of Grignard reagent. The next about the next lesson is the last lesson, environmental chemistry. That already we learned the small classes for the pollution. Pollution, all of you know about the unwanted materials present in some of the compounds that we are saying about that pollution. The pollution has some types of pollution. All of you know about the types of pollution means air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, soil pollution, land pollution, everything we are learning about the pollution. Then about the ozone depletion, then about the greenhouse effect, etc. We are learning. And this lesson is particularly very easy for that pollution lesson, and we can be it is based on only the theoretical based on the lessons, and also such having some small equation. I think that it is a very easiest lesson, and also we have the many reactions for this chemical for the organic chemistry. For example, the naming reaction. That the organic chemistry we have many naming reaction, and very easy small reactions. We can easily learn that such reaction. And also in our 11th grade we have one practical. What are the practical? Practical means systematic analysis of a simple salt. That we are giving a 30 marks for that, for including our practical means you should be write the record for our attendance, for our behavior, everything. And also we have some assignment, everything having for that we can be score easily 30 marks. And in theory we have the 70 marks. And the practical we give more concentration for the practicals, and also we are having salt analysis. Salt, how can you identify acid radicals and basic radical? Acid radicals means we are simply saying cations means here nitrate, chloride, sulfate, carbonate, etc. These are for the acid radical. And about the basic radical, about that lead, copper, aluminium, zinc, calcium, magnesium, etc. These are all basic radical. What is our aim? What is our aim means we are giving one salt. We should be say the name. What is the name of that salt? By doing some reactions, by doing some experiment. First one acid radical, and next one basic radical. If you find out the two radicals, that is acid radical 1 and basic radical 2, it's very easy. If you find out, you can be easily say the which salt is given for the practical. Okay, I hope that you maybe understand, you maybe get some introduction about this in our 11th standard chemistry. So we can be easily learn, and we can be, this is the best way for learning with the help of me and you, and everything can be easiest method for studying this lesson.